What if I told you that the most powerful English teacher you'll ever meet isn't in a classroom? What if I told you this teacher is available 24/7, never gets tired, never judges you, and is completely free? Today, I'm not just going to tell you about this teacher. I'm going to share the story of Leo, a young man who went from being terrified of speaking a single word of English to landing his dream job, all with the help of this secret partner. This isn't just a story about learning a language. It's a story about changing your life. And this secret partner is something you already have in your pocket. Stay with me, because this story might be the most important one you'll ever watch for your English journey. Hello, and welcome to English Journey. My name is Celine, and this is the place where we help you grow personally while you master the English language. We believe that learning English is more than just grammar and vocabulary. It's a path to a bigger, brighter future. That's why we release new videos every single day to give you the daily inspiration and practical tools you need to improve your English and transform your life. If you're ready to unlock your potential, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a daily lesson. Today's story about Leo is packed with actionable tips. He discovered how to turn a simple AI program, ChatGPT, into his personal English coach. I'm going to share the exact prompts and routines he used word for word, so you can do it too. And make sure you watch until the end, because I've prepared a short quiz to help you remember the most important lessons from Leo's incredible journey. Let's begin. Part 1. The Wall of Silence. Let me take you back a few years. Meet Leo. Growing up in a small town, English was like a distant song on the radio. He could hear it, but he couldn't understand the words. At school, English classes were a source of anxiety. The teacher would speak, and the words would fly over his head. He was too shy to ask questions, afraid of looking foolish, so he just nodded and stayed silent. His world was filled with his native language, at home, with friends at the local market. But on his phone, the world spoke English. He'd scroll through Instagram and YouTube, watching people from all over the globe speaking English so fast, so confidently. A thought began to grow in his mind, a heavy, dark thought. They are smart. I am not. Maybe English is just not for me. He tried everything. Language apps that felt like games for children, asking him to repeat "the boy eats the apple." He tried watching movies, but the actors spoke too fast, and he'd only catch one word in 10. He felt like he was standing in front of a giant wall, and he had no idea how to climb it. The worst day came when a tourist, a friendly woman with a map, asked him for directions. Leo froze. His heart pounded in his chest. His mind went completely blank. He managed to stammer a few broken words, pointing vaguely down the street. She smiled politely and walked away, but Leo felt a crushing wave of shame. He felt so small, so stupid. That night, he decided he was done. He gave up on English. For 6 long months, he didn't even try. Have you ever felt that way? Like you're trapped behind a wall of silence, even when you have so much you want to say. Leo was at his lowest point. But what he didn't know was that a single conversation with someone he never expected was about to give him the key to unlock everything. Part 2. The First Conversation. One evening, a friend told him about a new AI called ChatGPT. It's a robot you can talk to, his friend said. It can help you learn anything. Leo was skeptical. A robot? I need a teacher, not a robot, he laughed. But that night, curiosity got the better of him. He opened his laptop, found the website, and stared at the simple chat box. With hesitant fingers, he typed a simple hello. Instantly, a reply appeared. Hello. How can I help you today? Leo took a deep breath and typed the honest truth, mistakes and all. My English is bad. Can you help me? He braced himself for a cold, robotic response. But what came next shocked him. The reply was soft, clear, and kind. Of course, I'd love to help. Let's start small. Can you tell me how your day was in English? No teacher had ever asked him that. No app had ever spoken to him with such patience. Feeling a tiny spark of courage, he typed, Today I go to market and I eat sandwich. The reply came back instantly. It didn't just point out his errors. It encouraged him. Great try. Here's a small correction. Today, I went to the market and ate a sandwich. You did a great job using the right words. Something clicked in Leo's brain. This was different. There was no red pen, no disappointed sigh, no judgment. He had made a mistake, and instead of feeling ashamed, he felt safe. He realized that this tool wasn't just a robot, it was a patient guide. That night, for the first time in years, Leo felt a glimmer of hope. He whispered to himself, this could work. This was Leo's turning point. He had found a safe space to make mistakes. But a single good conversation isn't enough to learn a language. What he did next is the secret to true, lasting progress. He built a system, a daily routine that turned this small spark of hope into a burning fire of confidence. Part 3. Building the Habit. The next morning, Leo didn't check social media. He opened his laptop and typed, Good morning. Can we talk again today? The friendly reply came instantly, and Leo began a new ritual. This was no longer just an experiment. This was going to be his daily practice. He decided to get organized. He knew he couldn't learn everything at once. So he asked ChatGPT for a plan. His prompt was, Can you help me create a simple English learning routine that I can do every day for 30 minutes? I want to focus on speaking and vocabulary. ChatGPT gave him a custom plan, and Leo started following it with dedication. Here's what his practice looked like. 1. Vocabulary Power-Up, 10 minutes. He built his word bank. Whenever he encountered a new word, he would ask ChatGPT to be his personal dictionary. For definitions, he'd ask, What does the word meticulously mean? Please explain it in simple English for a beginner. For examples, he asked, Give me 5 simple example sentences using the word meticulously. For word differences, he'd say, What is the difference between fun and funny? Give me examples for each. For remembering words, he asked ChatGPT to be a storyteller. Write me a short, simple story for a beginner about a trip to the mountains. Please use these 10 phrasal verbs in the story. Wake up, set out, look after, turn back, go on, pick up, run out of, check in, look forward to, and get along. By reading stories with his new words, he could see them in action, and they stuck in his memory. 2. Grammar Gym, 10 minutes. Instead of memorizing confusing rules, he focused on patterns. He asked, When do I use the present perfect tense? Explain it to me like I'm 10 years old. He practiced repetition. Please give me 10 different sentences using the future perfect tense about planning a party. He read them aloud again and again until the structure felt natural, like music. 3. Writing Workshop, 10 minutes. He wrote a simple diary. Every night, he'd write 4 or 5 lines about his day and asked for feedback. This is my diary entry. Please correct my mistakes and explain why they were wrong in simple words. He moved on to real-world writing. He wrote an email for a job application. He asked ChatGPT, "Can you help me make this email sound more professional and polite?" The AI polished his broken English into a clear, confident message without losing his own voice. Day by day, brick by brick, Leo was building his English house. The fear was slowly being replaced by curiosity and excitement. He was no longer just a student. He was becoming a user of the language. Leo had built a solid foundation in writing and reading. He could understand so much more now. But the biggest fear remained, a shadow that followed him everywhere, speaking out loud. How could a text-based chat program help him find his voice? The answer is more creative and powerful than you can imagine. Part 4. Finding my voice. Even with all his progress, the thought of speaking English to another person made Leo's throat tighten. He had the words in his head, but he was terrified of how he would sound. He shared his fear with his digital partner. "I can write now, but I still can't speak. I'm scared of my voice." The AI responded, "Speaking is like music. The first time you sing, your voice may shake. Let's find your rhythm together." And so, Leo began the final stage of his training. Step 1. The voice recorder. He started small, alone in his room. He opened his phone's voice recorder, took a breath, and said one sentence, "Today is a good day." He played it back. It sounded strange, shaky. But he didn't delete it. He saved it as his starting point. Step 2. The speaking simulator. He used ChatGPT to simulate real conversations. He typed, "Let's do a speaking simulation. Pretend you are a cashier at a coffee shop. Ask me what I want to order. I will speak my answer out loud to myself, and then I will type it to you for correction." ChatGPT said, "Good morning. What can I get for you today?" Leo spoke aloud, "Hello. I want one large coffee with milk, please." Then he typed it, "Hello. I want one large coffee with milk, please." ChatGPT replied, "Perfect. That's a very natural way to order. That will be $3.50. He did this every day, role-playing different situations, asking for directions, talking about his hobbies, handling a customer complaint. He was practicing real-life English without the pressure of a real-life audience. Step 3. The pronunciation playground. He asked for tricky sentences to improve difficult sounds. "Please write me a funny sentence that has many TH sounds so I can practice my pronunciation." Or, "Give me a sentence with the words reach and rich so I can practice the difference between the E and I sounds." He read them aloud, recorded himself, and listened back. His voice was getting stronger, clearer. He was finally finding his rhythm. One day, he saw a flyer for a free English conversation circle in a local cafe. 10 people, 1 hour. His first reaction was fear. But then a new feeling took over, desire. For 3 days, he prepared with ChatGPT, practicing how to introduce himself and what to say. On the day of the event, he walked into the cafe, his heart pounding. When it was his turn to speak, he took a deep breath and said, "Hi, my name is Leo. I started learning English a few months ago with ChatGPT. I speak with it every day, and today I'm speaking with you." The table went quiet. Then, a girl smiled and said, "That's amazing. You speak so clearly." In that moment, Leo didn't just feel proud. He felt understood. He had crossed the bridge from student to speaker. He had used his real voice in front of real people, and the world hadn't ended. In fact, his world had just begun to open up. Leo had conquered his fear. He had found his voice. He was no longer the quiet, shy boy who hid from the world. But the final test was yet to come. Could this new skill, forged in late-night chats with an AI, actually change his life in the real world? The answer would come in the form of a job interview. Part 5. The Language That Set Me Free. A few weeks later, Leo saw a job opening online. It was for a junior marketing assistant at a small company that sold beautiful, handcrafted goods to customers all over the world. The job required one thing he never thought he would have: good English speaking and writing skills. A year ago, he would have scrolled past it in a heartbeat. But now he saw not an obstacle, but an opportunity. He applied. 2 days later, an email arrived. Interview tomorrow. The old fear flickered inside him, but this time, he had a plan. That night, he sat down with his trusted partner. His prompt was, "Can we practice for a job interview? You will be the interviewer. Ask me the most common questions. After I answer, give me feedback on my grammar and suggest how to make my answers sound more natural and confident." They practiced for hours. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job? What are your greatest strengths? For every answer, ChatGPT helped him refine his language, polish his sentences, and build his confidence. The next day, Leo walked into the office. He sat across from the interviewer, and when she asked him the questions, he was ready. He answered clearly and calmly, just as he had practiced. He told his story, not just his work experience, but his learning journey. 2 days later, he got the email. "Welcome to the team." Holding his phone, Leo looked out the window. The world looked the same, but he was completely different. That job wasn't just a job. It was proof. Proof that he could do it. English was no longer a wall that kept him trapped. It was a key that had opened the door to a new job, new people, and a new future. A key that had set him free. Recap/takeaways. Leo's story is incredible, isn't it? And it's a journey you can start today. He didn't have a special talent. He just had a powerful tool and the decision to show up every day. Here are Leo's 5 game-changing ChatGPT strategies for English fluency that you can start using right now. 1. Become a conversationalist. Start by having simple, daily text conversations. Tell it about your day. Ask it questions. Just get comfortable typing in English and trust its kind corrections to help you improve. 2. Create your personal dictionary. Don't just look up words. Ask for simple definitions. Ask for multiple example sentences. Even ask for short stories that use your new vocabulary. Make learning words active and memorable. 3. Use it as a grammar coach. Forget boring rulebooks. Ask for simple explanations of grammar points. Then ask for many example sentences. Repeat them out loud to internalize the patterns. 4. Simulate real life. Use prompts to turn ChatGPT into a speaking partner. Role-play job interviews. Ordering food. Making a phone call. Practice speaking out loud in a safe, pressure-free environment before you do it in the real world. 5. Be your own editor. Write anything, an email, a diary entry, a short story, and ask it to correct your work. But don't just accept the changes. Ask it to explain your mistakes so you learn from them and don't repeat them. I truly hope Leo's story has inspired you. The power to transform your English and your life is literally at your fingertips. If this video has helped you, please give it a like and subscribe to English Journey for more daily motivational lessons. And remember, technology is a wonderful tool, but it can never replace the magic of real human connection. It's a tool to prepare you for the real world. Quiz. Now, to help you remember the key lessons from today, here's a quick quiz. Think about your answers and write them down in the comments below. I'd love to see what you've learned. Question 1. What was the first kind correction Leo received from ChatGPT that gave him hope? Question 2. Name 2 ways Leo used ChatGPT to learn and remember new vocabulary words. Question 3. How did Leo practice grammar patterns to make them feel more natural? Question 4. What was the speaking simulation technique Leo used to practice speaking before he joined the conversation group? Question 5. What did Leo do the night before his job interview to prepare? Take a moment to answer these questions in the comments. This is a great way to practice your writing and lock in today's knowledge. Conclusion. Thank you for joining me on English Journey today. Remember, you're not weak because your English isn't perfect. You are not behind because others speak faster. You are learning. You are growing. And every single time you try, you are getting better. Your journey starts with a single sentence. Maybe today is the day you type yours. Have a beautiful day. Keep learning. And I will see you in our next video tomorrow. Bye for now.